I'm about to share with you an opening secret which is going to win you many games against the very popular Sicilian defense. Welcome to the channel, grab your popcorn and enjoy the video. To those who are just starting off with chess, Sicilian defense is the opening which starts with the move order e4, c5. We call it a defense because it's from the black side. Black is deciding to choose this particular pawn setup, so it is called as a defense. Okay, there are a lot of approaches here for white. Knight f3 being one of the most popular. I'm sorry, it's the most popular choice, but the course of this video will be aggression. um, it is pure aggression, aggression, aggression till the end. White goes d4. As early as the second move, white starts putting up questions, and it is the best way to play chess when you are, playing aggressively, as the probability of your opponent going wrong increases with each question you ask on the chessboard. Black takes, and guess what we play here? And if you are like, I want to take the pawn with my queen, you're again wrong, because that's not the course of this video. It's going to be different this video. That's not how attacking players play chess, because after knight c6, it is white who is getting attacked, not black, right? So we go back to this position. White plays c3, jettisoning a pawn, and you guys might be like, why? What's the point? Well, we'll get to the point in some time. Black takes, white takes on c3, knight c6. We develop a knight to f3, and here black plays d6. And here white quickly develops the light square bishop to c4. Notice how all of white pieces are flowing freely just at the cost of a pawn. Just a pawn, right? I know the greedy people here would not be happy, but I have a suggestion, guys. Don't be greedy in chess or in life. Yeah, give up material, improve your quality, and win the game. That's what matters in chess or in life, right? Ultimately, we have to win the game of life. And this is a great thing that chess or this opening teaches us, that just don't be greedy. Just be ready to give up material, because you only get something when you give something. Okay, back to chess. Black plays knight f6, and here I want you to pause the video and find a good move. And when I say a good move, uh, many of you would be like, yeah, we have learned chess, we know how to develop, we want to castle, and no doubt that's a decent move. But again, if you're an attacking player and you have come to this video looking for aggression, then you're not going to castle, you're going to play the move e5. Boom! White goes bulldozing in the center, taking advantage of his lead in development. And black is, and you're putting so many questions. Black is confused, and they will be confused on in an over the board game, in a tense game. When you have to win, the best way is to just go on questioning your opponent. What will you do here? And black is like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take the pawn again. And here, now, Of course, queen takes d8, knight takes d8. And don't tell me that the queens are traded, how this is an aggressive position. Well, we'll see that um, in some time. Knight takes d8. And again, it's time to pause the video. Try to think a little bit. What will you play? Would you go with normalcy, or will you choose aggression over normal play? Many of you would say, I see a juicy pawn. Well, we are 2 pawns down, and it's nothing wrong you choosing to take a pawn back. But here, white goes and plays knight b5. Boom, what a move. I said already, don't be greedy, find quality. And again, white sets up a nasty threat of forking the king and the rook. And it's time for black to worry about his position and think about his greed, right? Pause the video. I'm sorry, not pause the video. Uh, you had to pause the video uh, right here. So, okay. After this, let's say you're playing a complete newbie and it's the first or second round of the tournament and they don't understand chess and they play king d7, stopping the threat of the fork, which looks completely natural until you see the next move. And it's time to pause the video. I want you to find the checkmate in two moves. I hope you guys saw the move knight into e5, sending the king back to his burrow, in knight c7, checkmating the black king on its original square with two knights. Guys, how many of you have done that in a tournament before? Well, I've done it once or twice against uh, against good players. I mean, not heavily rated players, but obviously some lower rated. But it's a good way of getting some wins, right? Why not? Right? Yeah. So isn't this opening fun to play and get those quick rating points? That's what I felt when I started playing this opening. And I know that there are a lot of questions in this opening and there are a lot of answers to ponder. That's why this is just a part one of the video. We are going to come up with more parts if you show some interest in this. Let's quickly see what black can do. I'm sure many of you would say here, like, what if we stop the fork threat with knight e6, preventing the fork, right? We are defending um, the square, the c7 square. But here white just chops off on e6. After bishop takes, we just go knight c7 again. We are forking the rook and the king. Again, we are going to win a rook. We are not bothered if the knight returns or not because we'll get the pawn later and will be an exchange up. We have given up a pawn, of course, but I think that's a decent winning chance there. So, and this position is kind of critical position after knight b5. And what's the best move for black? And if you want to find the best move, just pause it, pause the video. I hope many of you might say, what if black plays the best move, rook b8? It's a good move, preventing the fork threat and spilling water on our attacking chances. No, not at all, because white takes the pawn, again setting up the nasty mate threat, and black is again in a state of confusion because he has to decide what to do and how to prevent this mate, right? When you are continuously under stress of something, defending something, right, then there are high chances of you going wrong. And this is why this opening is such a great tool to win at chess. After knight into e5, black plays e6, and if you want, you can grab your pawn back, or else you can start off with bishop e3, or you can also give this check, king e7 and bishop e3, which is the best way to play here. And all of the white pieces are just, creating a havoc in black's territory, and this is a great position to play. You can just castle, you can get your pawn back if you want to. If they play b6, you can just castle or long castle or short castle, and look at all of black pieces, they're just sleeping inside, right? And don't say that engines say this, engines say that. We are not playing the engines on a chessboard, we are playing humans. So this would be a great, great practical position if you get it over the board, and it has a lot of winning chances. I've won many games from this position where my opponents have chosen best moves. I've taken on a7, and sometimes I've played knight c7. Both look playable. And yeah, there we stop the video. And there are a lot of alternatives. You might be like, what if black does e6? What if black does g6? What if black doesn't allow all of this? What if there are a lot of what ifs? And that is the reason why, if we get good response in this video, we're going to come up with part 2 of this. And hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave a like or a comment if you have a doubt. See you in the next part. Thank you.